Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the SCSRA Xfinity Series. Tonight, these Xfinity cars will be taking on the Daytona International Speedway road course for 40 laps of racing action. I'm going to be your announcer for tonight, Atlee @ManWeese. I'm excited to call all the racing action here tonight with the 40 laps of Daytona. For those of you who would like an update on what happened last week, if whether you didn't catch it or you want a refresher, Clint Stone was able to get Iowa. Dominated 78 laps. Second place was Kyle Mays. Third was Brian Merle Jr. Fourth was Will Witt. Rounding out your top five was Blake Hensley. Sixth was Devin Butchno. Seventh was David Hartney. Eighth was Cody Moore. Ninth was Mark Shavers. And rounding out your top 10 was Joe Wright. So now, after 9 races here in the SCSRA Xfinity Series, here is a look at your standings. Right now, Devin Butchno leads the point standings with a 33-point lead. And actually, I'm going to put the graphic on your screen. So right now, Devin Butchno has a 33-point lead over second place Cody Moore. Third in the points is Clint Stone. Fourth is Colin Willems. Fifth is Blake Hensley. Sixth in the points is Kyle Mays. Seventh is Will Witt. Eighth is Eddie Morris. Ninth is Brian Newty. 10th is Michael Provolt. 11th is Joe Wright. And 12th is Brett Merle. And right now, 5 of your top 12 are already locked into the playoffs with the win. Then the rest of the drivers who are above the cutoff line would be locked in on points. Of course, we always have to keep track of the 2 drivers below the cut line, and that right now, the 2 closest drivers to making it below the cut line is Derek Chaput and Josh Hall, who are 12 points and 26 points below the cutoff line, respectively. So if one of the drivers ahead of them, like Brett Merle, Joe Wright, or Michael Provolt, has a very bad race, there's definitely a chance for either one of them to get back up above the cutoff line here tonight at Daytona. So be keeping your eye out for those names, Derek Chaput and Josh Hall, as they are fighting to try to get into the playoffs here in the SCSRA Xfinity Series. Of course, we always like talking about the team standings. Team's very important here in the SCSRA Xfinity Series. Wasted Wages still leads the team standings with 2 wins. And those wins both of them came from Colin Willems. Second in the team standings is CCM, who has 2 wins this season, and they're only 99 points behind Wasted Wages. Those 2 wins came from Blake Hensley and Brian Newty. Third in the team standings is Neon Racing, who has 3 wins this season, all of them coming from point standings leader Devin Butchno. Fourth in the team standings is the Mays Mafia Racing, whose best driver throughout the season has definitely been Clint Stone, who has 2 wins. Fifth right now is Intensity DBC Racing. Their highest driver in the point standings is Josh Hall. And then last but not least, right now in the team standings, it is 2 pedals, 1 clutch, whose highest driver is Michael Provolt. Practice is wrapping up here at Daytona International Speedway. We are getting set for qualifying now. Drivers will get 2 laps to try to set their best possible lap time. Of course, before we get too much into the action, we want to thank series sponsor Dev Sports Cards for all of their support. Dev Sports Cards was established in 2013 by SCSRA driver and Neon Racing team owner Devin Butchno. Dev Sports Cards specializes in all your sports cards and gaming cards needs, from football, baseball, and basketball cards to Pokemon. Dev Sports Cards sells it all. On their eBay store, you can find a wide variety of items, from high-end sports cards to their weekly 99-cent starting bid 7-day auctions. Don't have time to sell your own cards? Reach out to Devin and ask about his consignment services. Simply package them up, ship them out, and Devin will get them listed, sold, and then you get paid. Dev Sports Cards can be found on eBay with 4,000 plus positive feedback, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Dev Sports Cards is a proud sponsor of the SCSRA Series and Intensity Broadcasting. So go support somebody who supports our hobby and check out Dev Sports Cards. qualifying is underway here. We're watching Clint Stone traverse through the infield portion of the Speedway. Stone is looking to try to get to number 1 in the points. And I believe he will be able to do that. He'll be able to get to runner-up tonight, unless somebody else behind him has a better day. Because Cody Moore is missing from tonight's event, so that will push a bunch of people up throughout the standings. Because Cody Moore is missing tonight. Of course, Clint will still be, where he's currently around 55 points behind Devin, so he has a little bit of ground to reel in before he can get up to Devin. Devin has just been absolutely dominant throughout this season. Certainly the most versatile racer in this. Oh! Through the bus stop, we saw Brian Merle Jr. hit one of those turtles, and he went flying into the air. Ooh, looks like Josh missed the chicane there. So first lap for Clint Stone. Let's see what lap time he turns. Clint looking for his 6th pole of the season. He currently leads the standings in poles with 5. So looking to put a 6th one onto his pole total. The next closest driver for most poles this season has a 1. And Clint Stone is another driver that has been versatile throughout this season, where it doesn't matter whether it's an intermediate or a road course or a short track or a super speedway, you know that that driver is going to be successful. And we've seen that from Devin Butchno and Clint Stone throughout this season. There's David Hartney on to the speedway, getting ready to head into the bus stop. That 43 machine searching for his first win of the season. And also his first top 5. David Hartney does not have a top 5. So definitely searching for that. The man from Austin, Texas. Driver for Intensity DBC. And we have our first driver onto the board, and that is Brian Nudie. 1 minute, 56 seconds is the lap time for Brian Nudie. Second place is Devin Butchno with 1 minute, 56 seconds and 7 milliseconds. We see David Hartney to second, 1 minute, 56 seconds and 2 tenths, putting him about 2 tenths off of first place Brian Nudie. It is going to be very, very hard to beat Brian Nudie tonight. Brian Nudie definitely, besides Cody Moore, he is the road course guru of this league. And, of course, Cody Moore is not running tonight. So that means that Brian Nudie has an even better chance of winning. But I definitely think there's going to be a couple other drivers that are going to be right on his tail throughout the race. One of them, I believe, is going to be Devin Butchno, who already has a road course win this season. And that was at Watkins Glen. So let's see if he can repeat that success here tonight. Currently sits third, 1 minute, 56 seconds and 7 tenths, putting him 7 tenths off of first place Brian Nudie. We've got Brian Merle Jr. on track right now in the 74 machine, just now exiting the infield portion. Man from McKinleyville, California. He is searching for his first win of the season. It has been a pretty good season for Brian Merle Jr. He's got 3 top 10s, 2 top 5s, but still is looking to break into that win column. And tonight, maybe the night for that 74. Watch out for him. In the Dev Sports Cards machine. Another driver to keep your eye out on is the fastest mailman on iRacing. Blake Hensley in the 88 machine. I do want to take this time to talk about Butt Kicker. There we go. We got the logo on the screen there. Now, Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker brand haptic transducers lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Butt Kicker brand products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers worldwide. Butt Kicker products' patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is the new and upgraded sim racing and gaming haptic hardware that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out which one is right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Again, thebuttkicker.com to check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and to find out which one is right for you. I've been using my Butt Kicker for quite some time now, and it has definitely been a game changer for the iRacing experience. You can feel every rumble strip, every gear change, whenever you hit the wall. You can feel tire spin, and you can adjust your settings on the Butt Kicker haptic transducers app to find out what settings you prefer for your Butt Kicker, what you like more than other things. So definitely recommend picking up a Butt Kicker for sim racing, and you can use it for other things as well. Great for other types of gaming, including Digital Combat Simulator and Microsoft Flight Simulator, if that is what you enjoy doing. So definitely consider checking out a Butt Kicker. I know we have a few drivers in the field using one tonight. One of them being Josh Hall in the 81. So keep your eye out on him. He has the power of Butt Kicker on his side tonight. Right now in qualifying, we're seeing Kyle Mays slow down. We do see there was one change while we were talking a little bit about Butt Kicker. Clint Stone was able to get to third on the board with 1 minute, 56 seconds, and 4/10, putting him 4/10 off of first place Brian Nudie. We saw Michael Lawrence go high into the air there as he hit the turtles. Cheeseburger looking for his first top 5 of the season. Actually, he's looking for his first top 10. It has been a rough year for Cheeseburger, looking to turn it around here tonight at the Daytona International Speedway Road Course. Qualifying is wrapping up. We are getting set for your feature event here at Daytona. Brian Nudie starting on the pole. It is now time to talk about your starting lineup here at Daytona. Starting on the pole with 1 minute, 55 seconds, .995. It is the 28 CCM machine of Brian Nudie. Outside of him, it is Intensity DBC's David Hartney and the 43. Third is Clint Stone. Fourth, we have CCM's Blake Hensley, making it 2 CCM drivers in the top 5. And running at your top 5, it is Wasted Wages Racing's Will Witt in the 35. Sixth, we have Neon Racing's Devin Butchno. Seventh, it is Eddie Morris. Eighth, Michael Provolt. Ninth, it is 2 pedals, 1 clutches, Zachary Cox in the 51. And rounding out your top 10, it is the Maze Mafia's Kyle Mays in the 55. Starting 11th, it is Intensity Broadcasting Zone Josh Hall in the 81. 12th is Neon Racing's Brian Merle Jr. And 13th, it's Cheeseburger Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence in the 47. 14th, we have Wasted Wages Racing's Colin Willems in the 17. And 15th, it's Brett Merle. 16th, we have the Maze Mafia's Todd Mays. And last but not least, it is Mark Shavers. We do have a statement from one of our butt kicker drivers in the field, Josh Hall. He says that butt kicker really helps at this track, helps you feel the curbs, lockups, and wheel hop. I do want to quickly talk about here the keys of the race tonight. Tire saving. Tire saving is going to be extremely important throughout tonight's event. The drivers who can save tires better than others are definitely going to rise to the top of the field. Another key to having a chance at being up front is minimal mistakes. No lockups, no spins. Don't want to overdrive the car. You have to be careful of all those things because the less of that you do, the more successful you're going to be. And the drivers who are up front are going to lock up the tires less and spin the tires less than a lot of the other drivers in the field. And of course, you have to always have your eyes open for the road course shenanigans, dive bombing, chicane wrecks. And there's a lot of blind corners here at Daytona, so you always have to be aware of those things all throughout your lap. And you have to be ready to get on those brakes and swerve around whatever happened in front of you. And again, Josh, he said it really helps at this track, helps fill the curbs, the lockups, and wheel hops. I can definitely agree from my time running my butt kicker in short track racing. It definitely helps me know if I'm burning up my tires, if my wheels are spinning. Very, very beneficial. All right, here we go. 40 laps of racing is about to be underway. Here they come off of the chicane. Here we go. Green flag is out here at Daytona International Speedway. 40 laps of racing is underway. There we see Brian Nudie. He will lead the field into turn one, trying to get clear of David Hartney on his outside, and he is able to, but Blake Kinsley right on the back bumper of Hartney, looking to try to get by him here in this infield portion of the Speedway. Here they go as they head into the International Horseshoe. Blake Kinsley looking low under Hartney. They are side by side, but we see Hartney is able to get back clear. The battle for fourth between Clint Stone and Devin Butchino is on. These two have a little bit of history on road courses. We saw these two get into each other at Watkins Glen. We see Michael Provolt trying to get by Kyle Mays here. We just saw Zachary Cox. He went for a wild ride off track. He's lost a couple positions. So Josh Hall going a little bit off track there. Well, let's see if Devin Butchino is going to try to make a move here heading into the bus stop on Clint Stone. He is right there on the 99. The opportunity might present itself. Big run for the 68. But he says, no, I am not going to take that risk, and he is going to continue to try to set up a better pass on that 99. We see Kyle Mays trying to get by Michael Provolt for your 7th place spot. Kyle Mays searching for his first win of the season. Maybe he's going to try to make a pass here, heading into the final chicane. And Brian Nudie is going to lead your first lap here at Daytona. Blake Kinsley continuing to try to get by David Hartney. He has a great run heading into turn number 1. And as we go through the S's. Oh, Blake Kinsley giving David Hartney the bumper a little bit, pushing him out wide, but it also pushes Blake out wide, and he loses a little bit of momentum. So David Hartney is going to try to extend that gap between him and Blake. We've got the battle going on for the 12th place position between Eddie Morris and Colin Willems. We see Colin Willems looking low. They are side by side. Colin with the nose. Can he get clear as they're heading on to the Speedway portion of the track? Ooh. He is almost clear. Here they go, and he is clear just as they are transitioning onto the Speedway. Colin Willems is up to 12th now. Looks like while we were looking at that, we saw David Hartney went off track, allowing Blake Hensley to get up now into the second place spot. Blake will set his sights on your leader, Brian Nudie, who sits 2 seconds ahead of that 88 machine. Mark Shaver says, let's go, Clint. Maze for life. Let's take a look at where some of the Maze Mafia is right now. Clint Stone is currently running in that 4th place position. Currently a second off of 3rd place, David Hartney. Kyle Mays runs in the top 10 in 8th, as we just saw. Brian Nudie just ran the fastest lap time of the race, 1 minute 56 seconds and 0/10. Pretty much identical to his qualifying lap time, or very, very close to it at least. So I was saying Kyle Mays currently runs in 8th, about a second off of Michael Provolt, who is ahead of him. And that is your Mays update. Here we go as we look throughout the field. Blake Hensley trying to hold off David Hartney for the 2nd place position. Hartney started in 2nd place, but after going off track, he lost the position to Blake. And as I was saying earlier in the broadcast, that is the key to who is going to be successful. Whoever has the least amount of lockups, the least amount of spins, and the least amount of off tracks, in my opinion. And another thing here at these road courses is you have to find a happy medium between overdriving and underdriving. You definitely want to wheel the car through all the corners, but at the same time, a lot of times slow is fast here at these road courses where, and there we go, we see off the bus stop, David Hartney was able to get a good run, and he is now clear of Blake Hensley for the 2nd place spot. Eddie Morris coming up on Brett Merle for your 12th place position. Maybe looking to try to get by him here in the bus stop. Ahead of them, we see Brian Merle Jr. looking low under Kyle Mays as they head into turn number 1. But we see Brian kind of backs out of it a little bit. I guess he didn't want to dive bomb him. Too early for that, in my opinion. Right now, Brian Nudie has a 3-second lead over your 2nd place driver, David Hartney. Good run it has been so far for Brian Nudie. Definitely the favorite to win tonight. I do want to give an update on one of the procedures of tonight's event. The stage break will be at the end of lap 15, beginning of lap 16. So the caution will fly and it'll allow the field to get bunched back up. We will have a full restart. So we see Eddie, he was able to get by Brett Merle now. And we saw Josh Hall hits the tires heading on to the Speedway portion, giving Eddie Morse that 11th place position. So I was saying, stage break, lap 15, beginning of lap 16. And that'll give drivers an opportunity to come in, get some tires, get some fuel, get some damage fixed. And it'll make for an awesome restart because the field will be all bunched back up. Devin Butchino all over the back bumper of Clint Stone as they head off of the bus stop and onto the tri-oval. Let's see if he maybe tries to make a pass here as we head into turn number 1. See, he loses them, though. There we go, heading through the S's. Devin Butchino, great run. He is able to get clear. Devin Butchino now to 4th. And heading into the International Horseshoe, Will Witt looking low. He is able to get clear of Clint Stone for that 5th place position. So 2 positions lost so far in 1 lap for Clint Stone. Not what he wanted to see. Devin Butchino, he is going to set his sights now on your 3rd place driver, Blake Kinsley, who currently has a 2-second gap between those two. Now, here's a little bit of information on the Speedway. Daytona was the first multi-use facility with a 3.56-mile road circuit incorporating the infield and most of the oval. The track is not host not only to the Daytona 500, but the Rolex 24 Sports Car Endurance Race, Bike Week's Daytona 200, Daytona Kart Week, which takes place between Christmas and New Year's, and a host of driving school club and other events. So Daytona's busy and diverse schedule confirms the track's motto, the World Center of Racing. Daytona International's infrastructure has grown and changed to such a degree that would be almost recognizable to someone who hasn't seen it since the track opened. But one thing has changed that hasn't changed over the past 6 decades. No driver can consider his or her career complete without notching a victory at Daytona, whether it is a Rolex 24 win, a Daytona 500 win, or some other form of racing. I've been to Daytona before, I believe back in 2014. Absolutely beautiful facility, and it has changed a lot since I've last been there as well. It's in a beautiful part of Daytona Beach, right by the beach, where the former Daytona Beach road course was. There was actually sports cars running on the road course when I was here. Beautiful, beautiful track, beautiful facility. And definitely one of the most historic and most well-known racetracks here in the United States, probably along with Indianapolis and Martinsville. Brian Newdy continues to lead here at, we see Kyle Mays crashed, and he lost the 7th place position to Colin Willems. And as he's still kind of gaining his momentum back, Michael Provolt looking to the outside of him. Provolt with the nose here as we head off of the turn number 2 for the Speedway. They're side by side heading into the bus stop. But looks like Michael Provolt is able to get clear. So that will put Kyle Mays now in the 9th place position. Funny, we're running on a Roval, considering we were just at the Roval in NASCAR. And look at that, a slip up off the bus stop for David Hartney. And Blake Kinsley is back by the 43 for that 2nd place spot. We just saw David Hartney get a little bit loose there off of the bus stop. And that allowed Blake Kinsley to get back by that 43. Here's Eddie Morris coming up on Kyle Mays for your 9th place position. Maybe he's going to try to make a pass here as we head into the International Horseshoe. So far, no such luck for Eddie Morris. like he loses him. Oh no! Kyle Mays goes off track, but he is still able to stay ahead of Eddie Morris somehow. He may get an off-track penalty, though, or a cutting the course penalty. No. It looks like he did not, which means that he will stay ahead of Eddie Morris for now in that 9th place position. Kyle Mays got very lucky there that he did not get any sort of penalty. The gap is decreasing between Blake Kinsley and Brian Newty for your first place spot. Definitely going to be keeping my eye on this battle as it progresses. Eddie Morris trying to make a move on Kyle Mays for your 9th place position. Right now they are on the Speedway heading into the final bus stop. Eddie waiting for maybe Kyle to slip up. He does not, and Eddie is going to remain here in that 10th place position for now. Maybe looking to try to make a pass as we head in. Look at this. Brett Merle is into the pits. No, he's flipping. He's on his lid. What in the world just happened to Brett Merle? Now, this is a accident that definitely should be replayed. So we see Brett completely misses the bus stop. Goes right over that turtle at high speed, flipping the 11 into the air. He rolls over multiple times right onto pit road. Luckily, nobody else was involved. That is very unfortunate for Brett Merle, who was running in the 12th place position when that happened. Ouch. Look at that. Before coming to rest. No, we are not done. But wait, there's more coming to rest on his lid there. Wow. Eddie Morris all over the back bumper of Kyle Mays for that 9th place position. The battle for the lead is heating up between Brian Newty and Blake Kinsley. Kinsley is right there, looking low, maybe trying to dive into turn number 1. Last time by, Hensley was faster than Brian Newty. Here he goes. He's looking to make a pass here through the S's. He can't quite do it. Setting up an overtake here maybe for the International Horseshoe. Great run off the corner for the 88. He makes it side by side between him and Brian Newty, but Newty is able to get back clear. Hensley getting a little bit loose there as we head through this infield portion. Infield. Will Witt reeling in David Hartney for that 4th place. Oh, we see Hartney getting into the grass, missing that corner. And we see Will Witt is able to get by him. But the crossover move as we head onto the Speedway portion of the track. Here comes David Hartney looking to try to get that 4th place position back. We look back to the lead now. Blake Kinsley once again has a great run on Brian Newty, trying to get by him maybe through the bus stop. All over the back bumper as we head through the Speedway portion. I think we're going to see him strike as we head into the final bus stop. He is right there, right on the back bumper of Brian Newty. Here he goes, right up to the back bumper. No, he does not make a move. He was definitely in striking distance, but he could not quite get it done. So Blake Kinsley is going to remain here in the second place position for now. Will Witt looking low under David Hartney as we head into turn number 1. Great run for the 35, and he is able to get clear. Will Witt now into the 4th place position. And oh, we saw Brian Nudie slip up as we went off the International Horseshoe, and that is going to give Blake Kinsley the 1st place position. Give him the lead. Let's take a look at the replay of what happened there. Brian Nudie, he had a ton of pressure, and we see he's just sideways heading into the International Horseshoe, costing him lots of momentum, lots of lap time. And he just goes way wide into the grass. Great corner for Blake Kinsley, and that is going to allow the 88 to get by Brian Nudie to that 1st place position. So new leader here at Daytona. It's that 88 machine. Now I do want to quickly talk a little bit about who are our previous road course winners in this series. Cody Moore has 4 road course wins. He won in Season 1 at Road America, Season 1 at Mid-Ohio. He won Season 2 at Sonoma, and he won Season 2 at the Roval. Brian Nudie has 2 road course wins in this series. He won in Season 1 at COTA, also known as Circuit of the Americas, and we saw Brian Nudie win this season at Watkins Glen. Devin Butchnow also won this season at Watkins Glen, as we saw twins this season at Watkins Glen. That was a lot of fun. Full field invert for the 2nd race. We are coming up very, very fast on the stage break. Again, it'll be when we are coming up on lap 16. That's when that caution flag will come out. So the question is, will we see any drivers try to pit before that stage break, or we're just going to see a mad dash of everybody onto pit road as soon as that caution flag comes out? Right now, Blake Kinsley, almost a 2-second lead over 2nd place Brian Nudie. Do want to mention we have a merchandise store. That is IntensityBroadcasting.com. IntensityBroadcasting.com features merchandise from your favorite broadcaster, your favorite drivers, and all of your favorite leagues. We have all of our Intensity Broadcasting merchandise on there. Intensity Broadcasting shirts, hats, mugs, stickers, mounts, pads, and polo shirts. We have all of my At Lewis Racing merch, iRacing Real Life, and all of my merchandise is on the website. We have At Lewis Racing t-shirts, long sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, hats, polo shirts, packable jackets, and even beanies. We have a bunch of auto racing novelty t-shirts, including the Big Bushy Bearings t-shirt, the Big Bushy Bearings trucker cap. We have a Pucker Moment shirt, a Caution's Breed caution shirt. We even have boxer briefs for sale, the Big Bushy boxer briefs. We also are doing something new. We have driver collections. We have our first ever Intensity Broadcasting Store driver that isn't me, and that is Carson Hayslip. Carson Hayslip is the driver of the number 08 Legends car with Dylan Spain Motorsports. He is the 2022 Wake County Speedway track champion and the 2022 U.S. Legends and INEX Summer Shootout Young Lions champion. He's proudly sponsored by DSM, Gregory Development, Linda Trevor and Co-Compass, Apex Cheesecakes, Crippen Ain't Easy, Pavilion at Carriage Farm, and the State Farmers Market Restaurant. So go pick up some of his merchandise and support his race team. He has beanies, hats, long sleeve t-shirts, hoodies, fleece vests, packable jackets, polos, and trucker caps. We have all of our league collections as well, especially make sure to check out the SCSRA collection on there. There's SCSRA bubble-free stickers. You can go ahead and put them on. You can put them on your personal vehicle, on your race car. You are supporting the league. We have photo paper posters that you can hang up on your sim room or in your man cave, and it comes in 9 different sizes of a poster. I forgot to mention those bubble-free stickers comes in 3 different sizes. And then lastly, we have SCSRA t-shirts that comes in 5 different colors: black, navy, red, sport gray, and white, in sizes small to 5XL. So we have a lot of awesome stuff on the IntensityBroadcasting.com store. Perfect store for birthdays and for the holidays are coming up. If you know a Intensity Broadcasting fan, it's never too early to start preparing for the holidays. You can pick up some Intensity Broadcasting merchandise to give as a lovely present to a loved one. We take a look back to the racing action. Blake Kinsley continues to lead here at Daytona. The gap between him and Brian Newty has actually decreased a little bit. Went from around 2 seconds to now 1.3 seconds. We see Kyle Mays. Kyle Mays does not have a hood on that 55 machine. He is looking like a modified right now. That has got to be affecting him aerodynamically. Forgot to mention, we've already had 2 drivers that have dropped out. Brett Myrtle and Zachary Cox both have left this race. So we are down to 13 drivers duking it out to see who will be the last one standing. Devin Butchno coming up on Brian Newty for your second place spot. That's 68. Oh, we see somebody is trying to pit before the stage break. That is Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence in the 47. A little bit of a risky strategy. Let's see what he is going to do. That is going to be a fast repair. Or he's just getting some damage fixed. So yeah, it looks like a fast repair was taken and some damage was fixed for Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence. So no tires. Here's Blake Kinsley. And oh, we are side by side off the bus stop. Great run for Devin Butchino. He is clear of Brian Newty for that second place position. So Brian Newty has gone from worst to third in 14 laps. But Brian Newty, he is not letting Devin Butchno get away. He is right on his tail as they head through the S's. Great run, and he is in striking distance. He looks low heading into the International Horseshoe. Ooh, almost to him, but he is going to stay right behind that 68 and continue to try to set up that pass. And this is the battle for the second place position between 2 of our road course winners this season. Both of them won at the Glen when we had our twins there. Blake Kinsley has definitely increased his lead now to almost 3 seconds. The stage break will be coming up very, very shortly. We'll see a lot of drivers head onto pit road. Doing to highlight some of our biggest movers so far. That is Colin Willems in the 17 machine. Colin started in the 14th position, which is second to last here in this race, but he has been able to work his way up to the field, and he is now doubled where he started, or I guess divided where he started, and he is now to 7th. and he's just looking to continue to get up through the field, maybe work his way into the top 5. The next closest car to him is Clint Stone, who has an 11-second lead over him, or an 11-second gap. So this time by, the stage break will be coming out. We see Blake Kinsley dancing with a lap car. There we go. He is clear. So we're now going to see Devin Bucciano and Brian Nudi come up on Cheeseburger. Doing a highlight so far, the driver with the roughest race, I would say that is Kyle Mays in the 55 machine, and I don't even need to explain why I named him as my driver who has had the roughest race tonight. I mean, look at the state of that Mustang. It does not have a hood on. He is just he's hit stuff, he's spun, he's went off track. It has not been a good day for Kyle Mays. Hopefully, after the stage break, he can maybe turn things around. Here comes Brian Nudi, maybe looking to make a pass right before the stage break. Great run for the 28 machine. Here he comes. He might try to use the lap car. Michael Lawrence has a pick here. Great run. He's right there for the pass. Looking low as we head through the bus stop. But he cannot quite get by him. And the caution flag will come out here at Daytona International Speedway, the stage break. So Blake Kinsley will get the highest amount of stage points, which will definitely benefit him in his chase to win the season championship. So your top 10 at the stage break, it's Blake Kinsley, Devin Bucciano, Brian Nudi, Will Witt, David Hartney, Clint Stone, Colin Willems, Eddie Morris, Michael Provolt, Brian Merle Jr. The drivers that will not benefit from stage points is Kyle Mays, Josh Hall, Michael Lawrence, Brett Merle, and Zachary Cox. So let's see who is going to come in. My guess is pretty much the entire field. There we go. Blake Kinsley is caught up with the safety car. We have 25 laps to go here at the Daytona Road Course. It has been an awesome race so far. Great battles all throughout the track, all throughout the field. So far, it's really been two drivers, Blake Kinsley and Brian Nudi, that have been up front. I gotta say, though, do not count out Devin Bucciano. He won earlier this season at Watkins Glen, and he has really come onto the scene as a very, very good road course racer. Watch out for him, especially on this next restart with the whole field back bunched together. Here we go. We are coming up on pit road. Waiting to see that safety car and the whole field peek around that corner. here we go. There we go. The whole field coming onto pit road. Whoever is the first driver off of pit road will have the lead, so it is very important that you make minimal mistakes here on pit road. Brian Newty will definitely benefit from having that first pit stall closest to the line. And Devin Buchino will win the race off of pit road. It's Brian Newty. Then it's Will Witt. Then it's David Hartney, Clint Stone, Eddie Morris, Colin Willems, Kyle Mays. And Blake Kinsley is stuck on pit road. See, Michael Provolt is off. What is going on with Blake Kinsley here? He is just sitting on pit road. And he lost all the ground that he had. He won the stage. And here he is sitting on pit road. He drives off with a pit time of 1 minute. That is only 56 seconds away from the lap times that they are running here. Not sure what happened there to Blake Kinsley. Let's go ahead and talk to one of our drivers. Let's talk to Josh Hall. See how he's doing. Josh, this is Atlee in the broadcasting room. We got a copy.
Got you loud and clear.
Awesome. Well, we see you having a rough race right now. We see you're currently sitting on pit road. Go ahead and just talk about us, what's happened throughout this race for you, and what are your plans going forward after the stage break?
Well, I'm really used to driving this track in a GT car or a prototype. So these cars are really heavy, so it's really tough to get them slowed down. I almost missed the final corner going on back onto the oval there, coming out of the infield section twice. So able to keep it out of the wall, keep out of damage. Did run out of fuel coming to the under yellow here, so that's why I'm sitting around pit road getting towed. But other than that, it's been a pretty good race, uneventful, just trying to take it easy this first stage, and get ready to try to race it out for the end here.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the interview. Good luck in this after the stage break.
Awesome, man. And this butt kicker definitely makes a difference on these road courses. So I want to shout out butt kicker as well.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I know with my experience with my butt kicker, it has been a game changer, and I know you feel the same way about it. So there you go. One of our butt kicker drivers, one of our intensity drivers, your very own Josh Hall. Thanks for the interview, man.
Have a great night.
Yep, you too. All right, so we continue to pace here at the Daytona Road Course. And wow, Devin Buchino, he won the race off of pit road. So he will be restarting in first. It'll be an even playing field for pretty much everybody. Look at this. We have Clinton Stone, Kyle Mays, Blake Kinsley, Michael Provolt, all of them going on to pit road for a second time. Let's see what those four are going to do here. And it is a gas and go for Clint Stone. Gas and go for Blake. Yeah, so everybody looks like was topping off on fuel. Maybe getting some damage fixed as well. Maybe they saw that they weren't going to make it the entire way, so they came in to top off on fuel. It'll be interesting to see. Maybe some of the drivers up front might run out, and those four will benefit from it because they came in and topped off. Single file restart here. This will be the only caution that will fly tonight. We're going to be going green flag the rest of the way, non-stop action until the checkered flag waves. Not even for like a massive instant will a caution flag come out. We are going to be green the rest of the way. Waiting for that safety car to pull in. Still 13 drivers are on the lead lap, which means 13 drivers still the chance to win. Anything can happen, especially on these road courses. The SCSRA, though, really isn't known for surprise winners on these road courses. It's typically their main drivers that win. But who knows? We might have a surprise winner tonight. Somebody like Will Witt, currently running in third. He's been fast all night long. Somebody like David Hartney, who is searching for his first win of the season. In fact, he is actually searching for his first top 5 of the season. Eddie Morris, he hasn't gotten a win. He's been strong all season long, but hasn't been able to break into the win column. So that's the question. Will we see the typical favorites break into victory lane? Or will it be a newcomer or an underdog? That's what I like about road courses. You never, ever know. Thank you to all who have tuned in to watch tonight so far. Make sure to share that stream on whatever platform you're watching us on. Helps us a ton. Helps expose the league, the drivers, the sponsors. And who knows, you might have somebody see us that hasn't seen our content before, might actually really like what we do here at Intensity Broadcasting. So again, make sure to hit that share button. Safety car is making that hard left turn onto pit road. Single file restart, like I mentioned. Green flag is back out here at Daytona. There's Devin Butchino taking off, but he's got Brian Nudie right behind him as they head into turn number 1. Brian Nudie all over the back bumper. He gets into it there, trading a little bit of paint, but we see he falls off a little bit there. Will Witt right on the back bumper of Brian Nudie within striking distance, maybe trying to make a pass as we head into the International Horseshoe. See Josh Hall onto pit road. Brian Nudie trying to reel in Devin Butchino for your first place spot. These have been the first laps that Butchino has led all race long. Brian Nudie is looking to try to stop it. Great run. See Colin Willems trying to get by Eddie Morris, and oh! Great run onto the oval portion of the track. Brian Nudie looking low under Devin Butchino for the first place spot. He is within striking distance, looking to make a pass as we head into the bus stop. He looks to the outside. Side by side as they head into the bus stop. But Devin Butchino, oh! Brian Nudie is through the grass. And he will most likely get a cutting the track penalty. And looks like Will Witt is going to take the lead from Devin Butchino. I am not sure what happened to Devin there. That was a wild turn of events there. So here we go. So we see Devin. So far, so good as we head through the bus stop. See, getting a little bit squirrely. And he gets into the grass, and that is really, really, really going to upset the car. Trying his best to save it, but he goes way wide off of the bus stop. Once again, through the grass. Getting a little bit sideways, and that is what gave Will Witt that first place position. So Devin Butchino falls to second. And then Brian Nudie lost a ton of positions. He is in 6th place now That gave David Hartney the third place position. A crazy, crazy chain of events there on that last restart. So right now, Will Witt trying to extend that gap between him and Devin Butchno for that first place spot. Right now, a second separates those two. So definitely not what Brian Nudi wanted to see. He's lost 5 positions. Or 4, actually, since that last restart. Going from 2nd to 6th in a very, very short amount of time. Brian Nudi, oh, we see goes, oh no! What in the world? Brian Nudi, 1 point, had 0 off-track penalties. He was hitting his marks like he knew this, like he could drive this track with his eyes closed. Brian Nudi now has 4 off tracks. He is having a stage break slump right now. No, and he messes up in the bus stop, hitting the turtles. That's going to give Clint Stone a huge run. Brian Nudi struggling right now here at Daytona since the restart. But the key's just, oh, we got a battle brewing for your first place position. We see Devin Butchno right there on Will Witt. Butchno restarted in the first place position, but after a slip up in the bus stop, Will Witt was able to take that lead. Now, Devin Butchno says, hey, I want that lead back. You see Devin Butchno, he actually just ran his personal best lap time of the race last time by. Good run here through the oval portion for Devin Butchno. Trying to set up a pass on Will Witt here for that first place position. Not quite there, though, to make a pass here as we head into the bus stop. Good run there for Devin Butchno, getting closer and closer to that back bumper of Will Witt. Blake Kinsley trying to get by teammate Eddie Morris for that fourth place position. Blake Kinsley has ran in the top 5 all throughout tonight's event, but we saw he stayed on pit road for a very, very long time for the stage break, and he lost a bunch of positions. So he's trying to get all of them back. Looking low under Eddie as we head through the bus stop, almost making contact. And at this time, we are going to be turning up the volume here with Pump Up the Intensity. Here you'll get to see the sights and hear the sounds of the racetrack. Here we go. there you have it. That is Pump Up the Intensity. Hopefully you enjoyed us turning up the volume and hearing that sweet, sweet race car noise. But we take a look back now to the racing action. Will Witt remains in the lead here and at Daytona. Devin Buchnow in second and David Hartney in third. Speaking of Devin Buchnow one more time, we would like to thank the series sponsor, Dev Sports Cards, for all of their support of this league. Dev Sports Cards was established in 2013 by SCSRA driver and Neon Racing team owner Devin Buchnow. Dev Sports Cards specializes in all your sports cards and gaming cards needs, from football, baseball, and basketball cards to Pokemon. Dev Sports Cards sells it all. On their eBay store, you can find a wide variety of items, from high-end sports cards to their weekly 99-cent starting bid 7-day auctions. Don't have time to sell your own cards? Reach out to Devin and ask about his consignment services. Simply package up your cards, ship them out, and Devin will get them listed, sold, and then you get paid. Dev Sports Cards can be found on eBay with 4,000 plus positive feedback, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Dev Sports Cards is a proud sponsor of the SCSRA series and Intensity Broadcasting. So once again, thank you to Dev Sports Cards for all that they do for this league. So we continue to watch Will Witt lead the field. One more time, I'd like to talk about Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker brand haptic transducers lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Butt Kicker brand products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers worldwide. Butt Kicker Products' patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is the new and upgraded sim racing and gaming haptic hardware that reproduces immersive, accurate, and powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out which one is right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com. Again, thebuttkicker.com is the website where you can check out the established and trusted leader in haptics. So thank you to Butt Kicker for always partnering with Intensity Broadcasting. And go support them by checking out their website and maybe picking up some products of theirs. Oh, we see David Hartney goes way wide through 3 and 4 of the big track. We see that is going to allow Blake Hensley to get by to that third place position. So now, Blake setting his sights on your second place driver, Devin Buchnow. Blake trying to get back to where he was throughout the first portion of this race. That is to the lead. Right now, Will Witt continues to lead here at Daytona. 9/10 lead over second place Devin Buchnow. Just trying his best to make as little mistakes as possible. I think a lot of drivers right now are really, really saving those tires so they have enough tread to have a great run at the end of this race. Of course, everybody throughout the field is just trying to have as little lockup spins or off tracks as they possibly can have. And so far, really, the driver with the least amount of those things has risen to the top. Will Witt, he has not been the fastest in the field. He's not as fast as Devin or Blake or David, but he has made the least amount of mistakes with 0 off tracks and very little lockups or spins. So, Will Witt, shout out to him. He has been silently successful. We really didn't say his name until that last restart when he was able to get by Devin Buchnow coming off that bus stop. So we may have a new road course winner here tonight. Will Witt, I know, has never won in a road course in this Xfinity Series. Only 3 drivers have. That's Cody Moore, Brian Newty, and Devin Buchnow. So, you know what they say, there's first time for everything, and we might have a first-time road course winner tonight with Will Witt, if he can hang on to it. Ooh, Devin Buchnow, though, getting ever closer to that back bumper of Will Witt. We see right now, we see both Devin and Blake going through the grass, and that is going to allow Blake to get right up to the back bumper of Devin Buchnow. He is right there within striking distance of that 68 machine. Let's see if he tries to make a move here in this infield portion. Heading through one of the hardest corners of this track, in my opinion. Blake Kinsley right there. Sticking right with him as they head now onto the big track portion of this circuit. And we see Blake going all the way down onto the apron, back onto the oval. I don't know what happened to him there. That just cost him the second place position. It is now time for the Marco's Pizza driver bios, or the driver spotlight of the week. First driver we are going to be talking about is your 7th place driver, Brian Newty. Brian Newty is 36 and lives in Santa Rosa, California. He is the driver of the number 28 Devs Sports Cards Chevrolet. He has 2 boys aged 11 to 13 years old, and he is also married. He races a Mazda RX-7 in real life. He works for a mobile bottling company that bottles high-end wines. He has been on iRacing for 2 years. He is a pandemic racer, and there you go. That is some information on Brian Newty. Another driver that we are going to talk about is Blake Kinsley. Currently runs in that 3rd place position. Blake Kinsley is a 22-year-old. He is a firefighter, EMT, farmer, and a rural carrier for the United States Postal Service. He is almost a 2-year iRacing veteran. He joined a few months after the COVID boom because he was deemed essential and didn't get to sit at home when everyone else did. He has been in iRacing since the iOS. He's been in SCSRA since the iOS days, and he joined in late 2020. He is the driver of the number 88 for CCM. He once smoked short track king Isaiah Gill in the inaugural iOS heat race. Chokes a lot. His internet is in the middle of a BFE. And he has the nickname Blake Kinsley. So there you go. That is some information on 2 of our drivers, Brian Newty and Blake Kinsley. We got 13 laps to go. Will Witt continues to lead here at Daytona. He has a 7/10 lead over second place Devin Buchnow. We're watching right now the battle for 6th place between Colin Willems and Brian Newty. Brian Newty, all over the back bumper of Colin Willems. We just saw Michael Provolt get by Clint Stone. I believe Clint slipped up off of that final bus stop, and then we'll put Michael Provolt in 8th place now. Nick Olofsson says, "Let's go, Will." Will just needs to hang on to the lead for 13 more laps, and he will get his first win of the season and first ever road course win. That would definitely be a major accomplishment for that 35 machine. That'll also mean that that'll be the third win for Wasted Wages as well if he wins. And the first win for Wasted Wages that hasn't come from Colin Willems. We continue to watch Devin Butchnow. He is reeling in Will Witt fast for this first place position. Let's see what that 68 is going to try to do here. Devin Butchnow reeling in Will Witt fast right now for that first place position. He is within striking distance as they head through the final bus stop. Great run. We see Will Witt slips up, hitting those turtles. So that'll give Devin a ton of momentum. And Devin Butchnow is back to the lead here at Daytona. I know, Will Witt fans are not happy about that. We see two drivers onto pit road, David Hartney and Colin Willems. Let's see what this is about. Fast repair. Looks like some tires for David Hartney, and same thing for both of them. Both of them are taking tires. So this will mean now that Hartney and Willems, they will have the fastest tires out of the entire field. And tires make a huge amount of differences. Whoa, we see Blake Hensley agricultural race in there. Going through the grass. Devin Butchnow, you're taking the lead from Will Witt. He's now extending that gap between those two to around... Oh. Big run for Will Witt. He is right there. Oh, well, looks like he loses Devin throughout the bus stop. Now the gap between them is about a second. Here's Blake Hensley coming up on Will Witt for that second place position. You see Hensley looks high as they head into the final bus stop. Hensley right there within striking distance of that 35 machine. And Will Witt and Devin Butchnow both coming into the pits. Brian Nudie following behind them. Let's see what it is. Looks like tires. All three of them taking tires here at the Daytona International Speedway road course. So this will give the lead now to... Oh, we see Michael Proval is in as well. So this will give the lead now to Blake Hensley. Back to the lead. He led earlier in tonight's event. Now remember, during that last caution, Blake Hensley came in once, got some fuel, and he came in again and topped off. So, I don't know, maybe Blake Hensley is good to go for the rest of this race. I am not sure. We'll see how it goes. Colin Willems coming up on Brian Nudie for the 7th place position. Brian Nudie, he just came in and took tires. He actually has younger tires than Colin Willems, who has also came in. Great run for Colin Willems as we head back onto the oval. right there with Brian Nudie. Watch out for that 17 machine. These two are former teammates. Keyword is former. I know these two are definitely not going to be afraid to race each other hard. And Blake Kinsley is now into the pits here at Daytona. And so this will give the lead now to Eddie Morris. Eddie Morris, this is the first time that we have seen this 8 machine in the lead tonight. He currently has 14 laps on his tires. Eddie, I think, trying to stay out as long as he possibly can. So we see Will Witt trying to track down Devin Butchno for the 3rd place spot. We see Blake Kinsley will be joining this battle as well. So Blake Kinsley lost about 4 positions, falling to 5th after pitting. Not too bad. And every single driver ahead of him still needs to come into the pits. Eddie Morris remains your leader here at Daytona. We see Will Witt trying to reel in Devin Butchno for that 3rd place position. Oh, actually, both of them did come into the pits very recently. Can't confirm Eddie Morris has not came in yet, and here he is making that left turn onto pit road, which means that David Hartney should inherit the lead from Eddie Morris. Yep, David Hartney is your new leader here at Daytona for the first time tonight. He is to that 1st place position. Blake Kinsley within striking distance of Will Witt. We see Will goes wide through that corner into turn 1, and we see Blake Kinsley, great run. Brian Nudie, actually, driver in the 6th place position, just ran the fastest lap time of the race, 1 minute, 55 seconds, and 7/10. Nobody broke into the 55s even in qualifying. That 28 machine is fast right now. He is up now to 5th. So he gets by Eddie Morris. We see Blake Kinsley continuing to try to get by Will Witt for that 3rd place position. These two have been battling for a lot of tonight's event. Here comes Hensley. He is within striking distance of Will Witt. Looking to maybe try to make a pass here in this bus stop. He cannot do that. Oh, we see slipping up a little bit there, coming off the bus stop. That will allow Blake Kinsley to get by Will Witt. Blake Kinsley now to the 3rd place position. Right now, Blake is in the running for a podium. I don't think he's quite done yet. He's still he's right within strike. He's very, very close to Devin Butchno and David Hartney, who is in 1st and 2nd. He's got a little bit more to go, and he can get by those two for that 1st place spot. Watch out. Here comes Devin Butchino. He is coming up on David Hartney for that first place position. Coming off the International Horseshoe, Devin sticking right with that 43 machine, not letting him out of his sights. See, loses him a little bit there. A great run. Here comes Devin Butchino right there. Within striking distance of that 43, I'd say. And oh no, David Hartney gets loose heading onto the Speedway portion of this circuit, and that will give Devin Butchino the lead. Devin Butchino has led laps throughout tonight's event, and here he is back into that first place spot with 8 laps to go. But here comes Blake Kinsley. Oh, getting into the back bumper of Devin. The car gets upset. Blake Kinsley right there within striking distance, and I mean it. He looks to the outside, and he's going to try to make a pass, I'm sure, heading into this bus stop. They are side by side trading paint. Trading paint coming off the bus stop. And Devin Butchino, oh, here comes Will Witt looking below both of them, and he will lead this lap. Will Witt is clear of Butchino, and he is to the lead here, back to the lead here at Daytona. Wow. What a move there for Will Witt. Got past 2 cars at once. 2 for the price of 1 there. But Devin Butchino not letting... Oh, he goes way wide. See, Blake Kinsley gets loose as well. Will Witt, he is back to the lead. I believe he was leading when when green flag pit stops began. So he is back to where he started. Devin trying to do anything to reel in that 35 machine. I don't know if he will be able to, though. Will Witt has pretty much been perfect throughout tonight's event. Has made very little mistakes. This paid off as here he is in that first place position. Only driver in the field with 0 off-track penalties. Oh, but here comes Devin. He is right there on the back bumper of that 35 machine, looking to make a pass as we head into the bus stop. Can't quite do that. Devin sticking right with Will Witt, though. Once again, he is right there. Maybe looking to try to make a pass as we head into the final bus stop. You could throw a blanket over your top 3 as we cross the start-finish line. Great battles here as we are in the waning portions of tonight's event. We see Devin getting into the back bumper of Will Witt. We see both of them go way wide, and Blake Kinsley will take the lead here at Daytona. Back and forth for this lead here late in the race. Blake Kinsley back to the lead. Will Witt not letting him get away, though. Field getting a little bit spread out. Great run here as we head through the infield portion for Will Witt. He is right there. He is within striking distance. He looks low heading into the final corner of the infield portion. You see Blake Kinsley is able to stay into the lead. Will Witt, though, breathing right down his neck in that second place position. Let's see what he can do. Devin Butchno staying right near Blake Hensley, not letting him get away. As Blake Hensley crosses the line, it will be 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go here at Daytona. And it's looking like we may have a new road course winner here tonight, if Blake Hensley can hang on to it, and if not, second place driver Will Witt also does not have a road course win. There's definitely potential to see that 35 up front. There we go, 5 laps to go here at Daytona. What a win this would be for Blake Hensley. Hensley currently has 1 win this season, and he picked up that win at Richmond Raceway. Blake Hensley has had a fantastic season. He currently sits in the 5th place position. He is locked into the playoffs, and a win would just help him even more at a chance to get into the playoffs, or have a ton of points heading into the playoffs. Blake Hensley, a driver for CCM. If he wins, this will be win number 3 for CCM, tying it with Neon Racing for most wins this season for a team. And if Blake Hensley wins, that will be win number 2, which will, I believe, tie him for second for most wins this season between him, Clint Stone, and Colin Willems. Of course, the most wins this season belongs to Devin Butchno, who has picked up 3 wins. And he might get another. There's still a chance. He is running in that 3rd place position, and this has been a very, very hectic race here at Daytona. Anything can still happen. It isn't over until it's over. Here's Hensley heading through the bus stop, crossing the line, making it 4 laps to go here. Can anybody reel in Blake Hensley for this 1st place position? Uh-oh, we see David Hartney having some issues. Colin Willems will pass him by and go to that 5th place position. Colin Willems' biggest mover of tonight's event started in the 14th place position, which was second from last. And he's been able to gain 9 positions since the green flag dropped. Looking to have a top 5 here at the end of this race. Maybe even a top 3 if luck is on his side. Got a lot of ground to gain, though, if he wants to do that. 12 seconds separates him and 4th place driver Brian Newty. You know Blake Hensley is feeling very, very nervous right now, trying everything in his power to not make a mistake, to not lock up those brakes, to not spin, to not go off track, to not make any of those mistakes that we have seen countless drivers make throughout tonight's event. He wants to be pretty much perfect for these last 3 laps, pretty much. He's got to kind of find the happy medium between overdriving and underdriving that car. He definitely wants to push that car as far as it'll go, but at the same time, these road courses slow and fast, and if you overdrive it too much, it's easy to make a mistake. While if you're underdriving it, it's harder to make a mistake, but you're going slow, your pace is a little bit less than some of the other drivers around you, so you got to find that happy medium. Blake Hensley definitely has to be aware, though, of what is going on behind him. He's got to be aware of that dive bomb. If Will Witt can get within striking distance of Blake Kinsley, you know that he's going to try to do something here to take that lead. Could very well be a dive bomb. We've seen so much throughout this race. And though, shout out to Will Witt. 0 off tracks at one of the most difficult road courses that I believe this series has ever raced on. No, I take that back. Definitely the most difficult road course that this series has ever raced on, my opinion, is Circuit of the Americas, which was won by Brian Newty, who's currently running 4th place here tonight. Led a lot of laps, but in the end it looks like he's probably going to fall short. But hey, anything can still happen here at these road courses. It is not over until it's over. As Blake Kinsley crosses the start-finish line. Oh, we see Devin Will Witt slipping up off the bus stop. And here comes Butchino. They are side by side as they cross the start-finish line. And Devin is able to get clear as they head into turn number 1. There we go. Devin Butchino now to the 2nd place position. But Will Witt staying right with that 68 machine. He is within striking distance, looking to maybe try to make a pass as they head into the International Horseshoe. We see Devin goes way wide heading off the corner, and they are side by side as we head through this straightaway here in the infield portion of the circuit. Here comes Will Witt, looking to get back by Devin Butchino. He is going to have the preferred. No, he's not. Butchino is back clear, but he goes way wide, opening the door. Will Witt staying right with that 68 machine with 2 laps to go. This is the battle for second. Will Witt is right there. I think he's going to try to make a pass here as we head on to the backstretch bus stop. Here he is. Right there. No, he does not attempt any sort of pass on Devin Butchino. No, we see Devin goes off track, heading off the bus stop, and that will give the 2nd place position back to Will Witt. Devin falls to 3rd. And as Blake Kinsley heads through the final bus stop, he is coming up on 1 lap to go here at Daytona. Here he is crossing the start-finish line. 1 lap to go here at Daytona. The 40th lap. Heading through the S's. Blake Kinsley has gotten 1 win this season. As long as he can make it through these final corners, he will add a 2nd to his column. Blake Kinsley has had a fast number 88 machine all race long. He was leading at the stage break. We saw he lost the lead, but after green flag pit stops, he was able to come back up through the field, back to the lead, and has not looked back since. Blake Kinsley, definitely a championship favorite in the overall standings. Currently sits 5th. This race will definitely help him maybe gain a couple positions. He's got Colin Willems, Clint Stone in front of him. Clint Stone, both of them had good top 10 runs. Definitely might get by Cody Moore, who missed tonight's event. So that's at least one spot for that 88 machine. We got a battle brewing for second place. Butchino looking low off of under Will Witt as we head off the bus stop. They are side by side for this second place position. Butchino with the nose as we head into the final bus stop. Will Witt right there, though, on the 68. Blake Hensley wins here at Daytona, and we've got the battle for second on the last lap. Butchino able to get by Will Witt. He will finish second, and of course, Will Witt will finish third. What a race here at the Daytona Road Course. Brian Nudie, he finishes second. Colin Willems, he takes fifth. Or Brian Nudie finishes fourth. Colin Willems finishes fifth. There he goes across the start-finish line. See David Hartney sixth. Eddie Morris will end up finishing in the 7th place position. 8th place is Michael Provolt right now. He's still got to go through that bus stop, and fireworks are being launched here at Daytona. Wow. Look at this, Blake Hensley. Set now for driver interviews. First, though, Blake Hensley still has to burn it down here at Daytona. Awesome, awesome, awesome race for Blake Hensley. Here's Blake Hensley getting ready to burn it down here at Daytona. Here he is, burning it down here at Daytona International Speedway. Celebration begins for Blake Hensley. Second win of the season for that 88. You can pick up your own Blake Hensley t-shirt on IntensityBroadcasting.com under the Auto Racing Novelty section. You can support your winner throughout the rest of the season. Happy, happy, happy right now. That I know is for sure for that 88 machine's second win of the season. Wow. He is celebrating hard here. It's now time for the driver interviews. We are going to start off by pulling in your third place driver from Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. Driver for Wasted Wages Racing, it's Devin Butchino. Or excuse me, it's Will Witt. Will, this is Atlanta in the broadcast room. We have a copy.
Loud and clear.
Awesome. Well, great run for you tonight. I know we really didn't say your name too much until after the stage break when we saw you were able to get the lead from Devin after we saw him and Blake and Nudie kind of had him slip up there in that bus stop. And after that, We saw you were leading coming into the green flag pit stops, and you were able to cycle back around to that first place position. You were definitely the most consistent driver throughout the entire field. You had 0 off tracks at the end of that race, but of course came up a little bit short to getting that win, but still awesome run tonight.
Yeah, I think I'm most proud of the 0Xs here. That's an impressive feat here. But yeah, consistency is always key at these road courses. Um, it's so tough and it's so frustrating. Like, yeah, I was smooth, but I made some mistakes at the end that just didn't help me. I think if I keep some pressure on Blake there at the end, I forced him to make a mistake. But I made a mistake myself, and it cost me in the end.
Now, I know throughout this race, there's lots of the tires are burning all throughout tonight's event. I mean, how are your tires feeling there late in the race?
They were. I think what helped is only doing 10 lap stints on the last 2 runs. That first stint, you're definitely skating at the end, 15 laps. But especially before I came in for that last pit stop, I was running the wheels off the thing, so I was definitely pretty loose. So at the end of this last run, it didn't feel too bad, but the run before that, it was definitely skating.
Now, before we let you go, Will, is there any sponsors or shout outs?
Yeah, I gotta first off thank Wasted Wages Racing, my teammate, for finishing top 5, representing. So that's always good. I want to thank Devin. I don't know what it is with me and him in this track, but we are always around each other and always have great battles, so it always makes it interesting. Congrats to Blink on the win. Falcon Graphics for making the paint schemes. They're always great. All the admins, Nudie, Devin, Eddie, all for putting the league on, and then you broadcasting. It's always fun to go back and watch.
Again, congratulations on the podium tonight, Will. Have a great rest of your night.
Hey, thanks, you too.
Yep, thank you. All right, it is now time to pull in your second place finisher from Plattsburgh, New York. He was your Season 1 SCSRA Truck Series champion. It's Devin Butchino. Devin, this is Atlee in the broadcast room. We got a copy.
Yeah, I got that, man.
Awesome. Well, good run tonight. We saw you led some laps after winning the race off of pit road. And, of course, we did see a little mistake off the bus stop cost you the lead as Will took it. And after that, saw green flag pit stops happen. You were able to get back up in that top 3 battling around Blake and Will, and saw a great last lap move to get by Will and take that second place spot. But you couldn't quite get up there to Blake. Great run, though. Always good on these road courses. I mean, what was your take on tonight's event?
Yeah, we just came into this one trying to get points to try and lock up the regular season championship with Cody not being here, and turned out we had really good speed. I think we finished second or third in the first stage, came off the pits first, and we had really good long run speed. I hated that we couldn't make it to the end there when we were battling with Will. We were able to get by him the lap before we pit, and the car felt really good. Then he snuck on pit road with us. It's tough because he has so much room to react to come and pit with us if he wants. And then, yeah, Hartney came out in front of us. He short pit 1 lap before us, and he got the lead. And I just drove the car way too hard trying to catch Hartney, and he had the mistake coming into Oval 1. And then the very first bus stop after that, I blew it and back to square one. So it's hard to say I'm frustrated with a second place finish here because this track is so tough. But when you feel like you had a chance to win one, it definitely sucks a little bit.
Now, I do have a question. How were you able to find that happy medium between overdriving and underdriving that car and kind of just being able to stay consistent?
I think it's just finding a consistent braking zone on entry. I see a lot of guys were braking a little deeper than I was, but in practice, I found a marker on the track that was able to help me make the corner. Wasn't overdriving it too much. Some corners I was really struggling on exit, like the last infield corner. Definitely taking maybe a little too easy there. But with no cautions here, we're gonna have long runs and just braking a little earlier than maybe we needed to. Yeah, definitely made a difference, especially with the rear tires at the end. They were pretty much gone by the end of that one.
And before we let you go, Devin, is there any sponsors or shout outs?
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys at Intensity. You guys do an unbelievable job. Really excited to have you guys on board. Can't thank you guys enough. Blake on the win. Will, that was great racing. 3 of us under a blanket like that. McKinleyville Barbershop, New Craft Fine Jewelry and Design, Def Sports Cards, Level Up Subs. And yeah, just thank you, man. You guys do a great job. Put on a heck of a show for us.
I appreciate the kind words, Devin. Again, congrats on the runner-up tonight. Have a great rest of your night.
You too, man. Thanks.
All right, and it is now time to pull in your winner, the fastest mailman on iRacing. From Monroe, Kentucky, Blake Hensley. Blake, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Atlee, what's going on, brother?
Doing pretty good up here. It looks like you were doing pretty good on track. We saw during that first stint before the stage break, you were able to get by Nudie for that lead, and you actually were leading when the stage break came out and got those stage points. But then we saw you stayed a little bit longer than everybody else on pit road, and you were in the rear of the field, but you were able to work your way back up, came in, took tires, and you were flying there during that last green flag stint. Were able to get by Devin for that lead, and after that, it was no looking back. I mean, just awesome run throughout tonight's event. Second win of the season. I mean, how does it feel?
Very, very proud of the performance for the 88 car. We've been running good all year, running really good on the road courses especially, and I've been trying to display that here this season. First run before the stage, Brian had a little mishap. We were both just saving fuel, running with each other, and he made his mistake, missing one of the corners, and I took my opportunity to go and went with it. Coming in tonight, in practice we were fast, so I knew we had a pretty good shot at going for the win. Was able to save enough fuel in the first stage to get max points in the stage, and then get max points with the race win. So I'm very, very pleased with the performance tonight. And even throughout the rest of the race, running really good. Even after that long stop I took, which was due to a bathroom break, we ran 15 laps. It took 30 minutes, and still had at least another hour's worth of racing left. So I know I wouldn't be able to make it to the end of the race without stop for the bathroom. Unfortunately, I had optional repair to take at the time. So we'll just call it that I was just fixing an optional repair. But yeah.
Well, there you go. Took a bathroom break and still picked up the win here at Daytona. Before I let you go, Blake, is there any sponsors or shout outs?
Yeah, absolutely. As always, thanks to Premier Racing Setups. Proud to be a house driver for the company, represent the brand. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/bhensley512. Trying to build a good following over on my Twitch channel. Do some streaming of iRacing here every now and then. Thanks to you all for an amazing broadcast as always. Atlee, you're doing a great job. Thanks to CCM and league owner Brian. Proud to be a part of the team. Awesome teammates over there. Good guys to encourage you throughout the race and keep you going, keep you motivated. And most of all, thanks to my beautiful girlfriend, soon-to-be fiance, who is, I think, maybe able to watch the end of the race here, catch the interview section, so I'll be able to be sure to shout her out and thank her for letting me get away for a little while to do this and rack up some wins in the Xfinity Series. Let's go for a championship.
Oh, yeah, you definitely have a good chance to pick up the championship after what I saw here tonight and throughout the season. So, again, congrats on the win tonight, Blake, and hopefully we might see a couple more and you'll be in contention for a championship throughout the rest of this season. Have a great rest of your night.
You too, buddy. We're running for it. Let's do it.
All right, well, that will do it for tonight's event. One more time, congratulations to Blake Hensley on picking up his second win of the season. Thank you to all of the league admins, Brian Nudie, Eddie Morris, Michael Provolt, Devin Butchino, Stephen Black, and Sylvan Seagoin for all of their support of this league. I mean, without these admins, this league would not run as smoothly as it does. So thank you to all of them. I'd like to thank series sponsor Dev Sports Cards for all that they do. I'd like to thank Marco's Pizza for sponsoring our Wreckage Rewind, which we didn't get to use tonight because it's road course racing. There's no cautions. But still, want to give Marco's Pizza the shout-out that they deserve. And then, of course, I want to thank Buttkicker for partnering with Intensity Broadcasting. Check out their website, thebuttkicker.com, to see what Buttkicker product is right for you. And I'd I'd also like to thank all the viewers for tuning in to watch tonight's broadcast. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as that would be greatly appreciated. We're trying to reach our goals of 2,500 followers on Facebook, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 1,000 followers on Twitch. We just hit 80 followers on our Twitter, Intensity Broad 1, so only 20 more until we get to 100 followers. So make sure to check out our Twitter. Again, Intensity Broad 1 is our handle. And we are always dropping polls, interacting with our viewers on there. It's a fun time. And then, of course, we have our web store, intensitybroadcasting.com. There we have merchandise from all of your favorite leagues, drivers, and your favorite broadcaster. We have all of our Intensity Broadcasting merch, Alois Racing merchandise, Auto Racing novelty t-shirts. We have Carson Hayslip merchandise. And, of course, make sure to check out the SCSRA collection. On there, we have SCSRA shirts, stickers, and photo paper posters for your enjoyment, and you can represent the league with those. Make sure, and there you go. That will do it for tonight's event. I am Atlee Atman-Weiss. Thank you so much for tuning in to watch tonight's broadcast, and on behalf of the entire... I'm Atlee Atman-Weiss on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Over and out.